What's up, guys? We're back at Jones Subwoofer Solutions, back to our weekly amp dynos. I do want to thank you guys for being patient while I took a quick break. Got my kids for summer vacation. I don't get them a whole lot, so I did take 3 weeks off. And that whole time I've had the Stinger MT-2000.1 on the bench. I know our friend Derek beat me to the punch and got, I believe it was the 1000 watt model dynoed. But I've got the 2000 watt model ready. I haven't watched Derek's video. I didn't want to be swayed or anything by whatever he covered. I will be sure to watch it once I get this posted. But drop your guesses now. The Stinger MT-2000. Heard a lot of good things about these. Let's see what it does on the dyno today. Catch you over on the dyno in just a second, guys. Alright guys, we are back on the bench. Again, I want to thank you guys for being patient with me while I took that summer break. Had an awesome time. Glad I took the time off. But I am happy to be back and happy to be doing more dynos for you guys. So the MT-2001 from Stinger. It's rated 2000 watts at 1 ohm. 1500 watts at 2 ohm and 800 watts at 4 ohms. We're going to do those in reverse. We're going to start with certified, which is up to 1% distortion. The dyno will stop reading when it sees 1% distortion or clipping. Then we're going to do uncertified, which the dyno will read no matter what happens, whether there's clipping or distortion. Dynamic is the burst run, where it does a 40 hertz pulse track. And we're going to do each of these starting with 4 ohm, then 2 ohm, and then we'll finish with 1 ohm. And maybe we'll sneak 0.8 dynamic or something in just to see what these do. But let's get to it. We're going to start with certified and 4 ohms. This is up to 1% distortion. We are at 15 volts starting. I did want to bring this a little lower, but this is where we're at. So again, rated 800 watts at 4 ohms. Let's see what the MT-2000 from Stinger does. Here we go. All right, overrated. We got 991 watts into 4 ohms. We dropped to 14.87 volts. So looking good out the gate. Let's continue with 2 ohms certified. Again, certified is clean power only, up to 1% distortion or clipping. Here we go. Rated 1500 watts. You know what? I'm going to restart that. Sorry, didn't clear my amp meter. So here we go. 2 ohms, rated 1500 watts. And again, overrated. Did 1,623 watts into 2 ohms. We dropped to 14.75 volts. All clean power. And we'll go into 1 ohm certified. We're at 14.9 volts starting. I got no chargers on the CMAX. We're just floating. Rated 2,000 watts at 1 ohm. Let's see what the Stinger MT-2000 does. Here we go. Rated 2,000 watts. I imagine we'll see it. Oh yeah, 2,387 watts into 1 ohm. Dropped to 14.64 volts. So above rated power for the Stinger MT-2000. In certified mode, we'll see what it does with a little clipping or distortion in uncertified. Again, we're going to start at 4 ohms. We're at 15 volts flat starting. Here we go, rated 800 watts. Not quite 1,000. Let it clip a little bit there. 996 watts into 4 ohms, dropping to 14.84 volts. Going to 2 ohms, uncertified. Again, uncertified will keep reading even if there is a little clipping or distortion present. Here we go, 2 ohms, rated 1500 watts. We're at 14.9 volts starting. And we got a bit more out of that one with some clipping. 1,702 watts into 2 ohms, dropped to 14.7 volts. And we'll finish our uncertified testing with 1 ohm. We're at 14.89 volts. This is rated 2,000 watts. We know it'll do that. It did 2,000 watts clean in certified. How much more will we get uncertified? Let's see. All right, let it go. 2,595 watts into 1 ohm, dropped to 14.51 volts. So really good performance out of this. That's quite a bit above rated power. We'll check the dynamic or burst power of the amp now. We'll start again at 4 ohms. 14.9 volts starting. Let's see the burst power of this, rated 800 watts. I think that's it. 984 watts burst into 4 ohms. We dropped to 14.83 volts. And we will test 2 ohms now. Again, dynamic power or burst power. Here we go. 2 ohms, rated 1500 watts. I think that's it. 1,720 watts into 2 ohms. We dropped to 14.75 volts. And let's give it a 1 ohm run. Dynamic burst power, rated 2,000 watts. Sure, this will do more. A lot more. I think that's it though. 2,727 watts burst into 1 ohm. We dropped to 14.6 volts. And yes, I teased you guys with it, so we'll see if it'll put up with it. 0.8 ohms. 14.8 volts starting, dynamic. There's no rating in the amp for this in the manual, and it probably tells me not to do this, but here we go. Give it a quick burst. There you go. You got 2 out of it. 2,928 watts into 0.8 ohms, dropped to 14.48 volts. So solid performance out of these Stinger amps. If you guys want to hang on just a second, I'll put up the performance review and we can get a look inside the amp. See you guys in just a sec. Alright guys, we're back on the bench. We can get a look inside of the Stinger MT-2000. Pretty clean amp. Very small, compact case. Yihikon caps, it looks like. Let's go ahead and take a look at the end plates. On this end, you've got a protect and power light, a plug for the bass remote. You have your input right and left, what they're calling a bridge in, bridge out, which is really just a linkable RCA. I believe these are strappable. You've got adjustable gain, low pass filter from 40 to 180 hertz. Subsonic filter could be off up to 50 hertz. You have adjustable bass boost from 30 to 80 hertz and 0 to 12 dB. Then on this end, you have, for 2000 watt amp, huge inputs. We fit 2-aught welding cable in there. I imagine 1-aught would be sufficient. And then 8-gauge remote and speaker terminals. So that is the Stinger MT-2000. Real quick, it did come with a power certificate. You guys can take a look at it. It shows rated. And that's at 14.4 volts. We did run a little higher than that. So that could be why our numbers were a bit higher. Also came with user manual, a tuning guide, which was interesting. Toolkit with mounting brackets and Allen wrenches. A very long Ethernet style bass knob cord. And this very tiny surface mount knob. It looks like you take the knob and a washer off and you can flush mount that. That was interesting, I thought. So that's it for the Stinger MT-2000. I've got a lot more coming, guys. I have the Tar Amps, Smart 8 bass. I've got a few other things I've lined up while I was gone. I want to thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all you guys. If you have any comments, please drop them below. Any requests, please drop them below. Got something to say about the amp? Let's hear it. Something to say about my video? Let me hear it, guys. Again, just want to thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one.